I'm ready. Let's get it. Well, good morning, San Antonio and global listeners. I am back. It's your girl, Jackie, here in the studios with Ambassador Lockhart here at KROV Radio, and I'm excited to be back, fresh off the airplane a couple days ago from Los Angeles. I had a great time out there, but I'm glad to be back home, glad to be with you guys. And this morning, I'm excited. I have the lovely Miss Denise Guiterrez Homer running for District Council 2 in the building with us, and we are going to talk with her, hear her heart, hear her campaign platform, and just let her talk to the people, to the listeners out there. And before we go to that, I have a selection that I am going to, it's one of my babies, one of my hearts, a song that I wrote a long time ago, a very simple song. It says, all I want is you. Sometimes we, God, Shirley just led us into, I feel like praising him, and sometimes, Sunday, today is our day to go to church and hit the churches up, but some don't want to go, or some are in there feeling condemned because, God, I've done this, that, and the other. And so he laid it upon my heart a long time ago to write this little song, and it's very simple because he says, all I want is you. So I hope you listen and enjoy and really hear the words of the song. So here we go. Is you. All I need is you. Is you. Now listen. Things may come, things may go, but I want you to know all I really need is you. Seasons stay, seasons change, one thing will remain. All I really need is you. All I want is you. Hey, is you. All I need is you. All I want is you. Hey, you. All I need is you. Is you. And if you're not convinced, see, you bring to me so many things that don't even matter, 'cause all I really need is you. And God says, so give to me all your fears, all your issues and failures. All I really need is you. Hey, is you. All I want is you. Yeah. Is you. All I need is you. You is you. All I want is you. Said all I want, all I need. And so I want to encourage you today that no matter what you feel like your baggage is, God is just saying, come to me. All I want is you, and all I need is you. All I want is you. I want to have relationship with you. Bring me your imperfections, because I can make them perfect in my hands, because all I need is you. And then he got me when he told me this part. He said, Jackie, oh, can't you see that it's my heart that bleeds whenever you turn away from me. Cause see, you rejected him. He wants you to know. Cause of you, see, my heart beats. All I want is you. All I need is you. All I want is you. All I need is you. And it's really that simple. It's that basic. God says, come to me. Because when you turn away, you make my heart bleed all over again. Because I created you. I need you. I want you. I called you and I love you. And you are perfect just as you are. So I don't know who that's for today. Get it in your spirit that God says all he wants, all he needs is you. Is you. So won't you come? All I want, all I need is you. And he says this, he says, all I do is think of you day and night. I can't get you off my mind, thinking about you all the time. All I want, all I need, all I want is you. Hey. Mm-hmm. And that was it, San Antonio. All God wants, all he needs is you. And it really is that simple. A lot of my producers, when I put that out, they didn't like it. They said, that's too simple, Jackie. But really, the message of his love, all he wants, all he needs is you. So come as you are. And today, guess what? I have a candidate in this studio today, and all she wants and all she needs is you to get out and go to the polls and make your voice and your vote matter. So I, without further delay, will introduce to you my lovely guest this morning, Miss Denise Guiterrez Homer. Say good morning to the people.
Good morning, San Antonio. Good morning, East Side. Good morning, District 2.
All right, that is what up, and they are listening and they are hearing you. So talk to me a little bit, Denise, about, let's see, why politics? Why now? What made you jump and throw your hat into this race for District 2?
That's a wonderful question, and I hear that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I often think to myself, really, why am I doing this right now? But it is time. The issues are so important in San Antonio, and especially in our community in the East Side and District 2. I couldn't sit back anymore, just listen to the conversations and not get involved, be a part of the solutions. It's important, and I have the time, I have the gumption to go out there and face people, and I just love looking at their faces, especially in the departments in the city of San Antonio, and even some of our council people who've actually met me. And they can't believe I'm doing this because they know my attitude. They know I'm willing to get there and face them and ask them questions. And I need those answers from myself, my neighbors, and for District 2.
Oh, and that's good. We need somebody all across this nation with a voice that will speak up for the issues that matter. And so when you said you hear the conversation, what are the people saying? What are some of those conversations like?
Well, it's going everywhere. Literally right now, it's blowing up on the internet regarding Facebook posts, regarding the community concerns about what they received in the mail this past week. And if you're living in San Antonio, you got that BCAT bill.
Okay.
And you know that you looked at that. Did you want to open it? And you did. And you were aghast at what we're looking at right now in San Antonio and Bexar County. Okay.
And for some who don't know, break down
our
that BCAT
taxes.
bill.
That is the major concern right now throughout San Antonio and in District 2. We are faced with outrageous taxes. And it's not because of our homes. It's because of our land values. The land values have gone up so fast between 2015, which is the last part of your BCAT bill, to the current of 2019. Please look at your information right there in front of you. Some of you are going 100 to 500% increase on your land value.
Wow.
And maybe all you did was plant a couple of rose bushes.
Okay.
But is that worth that type of increase? No. We need to have some better understanding what this city is doing regarding our appraisals and our taxes.
Okay, so, and that's good. Understanding is key, because a lot of people don't know. And then a lot of people with the way things, excuse me, I'm getting all tongue tied. With the way politics are going right now, they're like, my voice doesn't matter. What does it matter to me? But that is huge, because if you don't get out and make your voice heard and have some representation, then guess what? You're stuck with whatever happens, and whatever issues that are voted in by the people who are sitting in those seats.
Yes, exactly. And right now, when you're dealing with taxes, you're dealing with everything on board. It affects every person, because more money that comes out of your pocket, you're dealing with less opportunity for your family, paying for your expenses, your health care, the needs of your children. That leads to crime as well, because they don't know where they're going to end up paying their bills. And if you're not able to go ahead and afford your basic necessities, because you have to figure out how you're going to pay your taxes, that creates issues in the family, in the community, because it's stressful. And the relationship between the family and your community, and that is what's causing those major issues right now. The entire city, but specifically in my district, that's what I'm hearing regarding gentrification and displacement, and the fact that we need to make sure that we can keep legacy homeowners and legacy business owners continuing on that path of security, financial security.
Yeah, and that is so big, because I am, when you said the families and the children, because I work for SAISD in the school district, and so some of my campuses are around in that area, and so I'm seeing how, yes, on one side my heart is happy, because I'm seeing sidewalks and things that they should have already been there.
Exactly.
And so I'm seeing these things come, but then at the same time I'm seeing all the building, but then I'm thinking, okay, with these buildings come huge prices, and so we know the backlash of that.
Well, we're actually building it on the backbone of our community, because our own tax dollars are used to give monies and incentives to businesses that are worth hundreds of millions of dollars. They don't need that incentive. They know where they want to build. They know where their market is. Why do we have to use our monies, take it away from our infrastructure, take it away from our school districts, and put it toward bringing in another business? We know we have major companies in San Antonio that, well, we're going to build something in your district, so we need to have a little incentive here. You don't need that incentive. You know you're going to get your money back very quickly.
Right, just being in that area.
Yes, exactly.
That should be all the incentive
needed.
You're right. You're absolutely right. And so I see here, I was looking at Candidate Connection, and I saw some more of your priorities. So we talked about the displacement, the taxation, the crime, economic development. We talked about all those. And so now there was another question here. What areas of public policy are you extremely passionate about? Because I feel your passion. I feel your heart here in the studio already. But what other issues are you just like, they are your heartbeat?
Well, because right now we're dealing with displacement throughout San Antonio, and our district specifically. We have areas of San Antonio that downtown we're dealing with so much gentrification, because we have all this development happening on the corridor, that we've had plans for the past years regarding the 2020 plan, the downtown corridor going all the way down to the Missions. Well, it's actually going in kind of like weeds, and this weed is not bringing in any sort of promise in respect that we're going to keep our families in these communities. So right now, the city is trying to have a compromise, and we're going to have a meeting today at one of our local churches in the east side of St. Patrick's, discussing the displacement and the gentrification. And we are definitely going to address this issue with our current mayor and some of the city council candidates, and where we see we want to go with this. And what they're trying to encourage regarding our community is have the city in turn help with those moves and the expenses for those who will be forced out of their homes, or tenants moved out of their actual rental property. But it's a twofold situation. We can provide money as a city to help with that. And it really is a band-aid. And unfortunately, we are causing that gentrification. But at the same time, we can have some financial help to move the residents. But why should it all be you, myself, as a taxpayer? Let that developer put in a little bit of that money. They want that property, have them help with those expenses.
That's true. That personal, there's nothing like putting your money where your mouth is.
Exactly. You want that property, you want to develop, then you need to make sure that those people you're going to move out of that community have some help. And it shouldn't be coming out of the taxpayer's entire pocket. But go ahead and divvy up a little bit here and make that transition.
Yeah.
Be a good neighbor. If you want us, be a good neighbor.
And look out for us, and not just this selfish need of this is what I want, and I'm just going to push you out to get what I need.
And we have a lot of details regarding city politics right now. And unfortunately in D2, we've had the same discussion, the same talk. But right now we need to make sure, we need to look at those books. We do our audit. We're doing our taxes right now. We know where our expenses are, and we know what we need to have in District 2. Where are our monies? I mean, I'm a woman. We're women. We know what we can spend for the month. We know we can go out and have a little extra. We want to go out and buy something nice.
Right.
But if we know we have expenses, we have to go ahead and make sure we have money there. Where are our expenses for District 2? And where is that money going to? Because I walked through some of our neighborhoods during block walking. And I'm taking my camera, my phone, and I'm taking pictures of projects that have been started and left alone.
Yes.
Unfinished.
Yes.
Why is that happening?
Yes.
We had the money. It started. But now the residents are having to drive through muddy streets. I can imagine what's happening right now with this weather.
Yeah, and I almost tore my tires up in my car up coming down the street the other day, and I was like, OMG, you know. And so, yeah, they don't have many options when you, and that's true, when you come in and you say you're going to do something. So we really need people in office to hold these people accountable and see these projects through to the end.
Definitely.
Well, let's not play and get at the tables and play this little chess game and whatever. No, if you say you're going to do it, then you need to follow through. And I think that is the heart of the people. It's like, we've seen this before, we've heard this before. So what I want you right now at this point, talk to the listeners with your heart, because they hear you, they feel you too. But what makes you, answer this question, this tough one, and I know it's loaded, but what makes you different? So what? Why Denise? Why should she get my vote?
I'm ready for this. I'm so tired of it, and I'm pretty sure a lot of listeners out there have that same attitude. But right now, I'm fortunate to be able to have the support of my family, and that's essential to anything that you want to do in life. If you don't have the support of your family and encourage you to go ahead and try that new step, I never thought I'd be doing this. But you know, I cannot sit back and watch my neighbors, watching them concerned about how they're going to make ends meet. I have people that are dealing with medical issues and are deciding, one, not to have home insurance because they need to put that money toward expenses. As a human being right now, I cannot turn away with my neighbors and my community. And I see that throughout District 2. And that is criminal in that respect. And I cannot turn away. And if I'm capable and able to voice my concerns, if I'm not elected, that is fine, but I have a voice right now because I am a candidate, and these issues need to be addressed publicly. And the council people and our mayor right now, and whoever might come in, will have this information available to everybody to hear. And if they take a little bit of that information and continue on that conversation with their neighbors, it's going to get louder and louder and louder, and they won't be able to ignore us anymore.
I love it. I love it. And what you said right there, you right now, and you said a lot of good things right there.
I'm very passionate about this. I'm a woman, and when we get passion, we get passion.
That's true. When we have passion, vision, a mission, and focus.
Exactly. And we have it.
Those things, I mean, we're like a force to be reckoned with. We are unstoppable.
We are. Definitely. And can you imagine where we would be right now if we had the right people in office in District 2?
That's what we need. We need some movers and shakers, and we need some people who are saying, look, I'm tired of sitting long hours at this table. Yes, the discussion is critical, but what is the action going to be behind the discussion?
Definitely.
Because really, the campaign is like, put your money where your mouth is.
And we have other candidates right now. We have a few candidates that really understand the issues, and the fact is, we have talked amongst each other and said, you know what, whoever comes out of here as a representative for District 2, we need to continue the conversation with each other, and the information we have gathered within the community, we need to share to better the district. And I have promised to do that, because we need to make sure that if I have information and I have some solutions.
Yeah.
Let's work together because we all live in the same community.
That's
we
right.
all drive the same roads to get home.
And we're all better together.
Yes, we are.
If I have something that's great and I have it over here for me and mine, and you have something that's great and you have it for you and yours, we get nowhere.
No.
Little patches of success in these areas. But if I bring what's good over here and you bring what's good over there and we put it together, we're getting stronger. Iron sharpens iron. And I like what you said, that you guys are having the conversation that, hey, no matter who comes out as the winner of this race, now in my mind, you all are going to be champions because you are standing up for the people. You are not outsiders coming in saying, hey, here's this plan that I have for you, and here, follow this plan, and you have no personal ties with this community. That's why the initiatives and things don't work. Coming outside, bringing your isms, and not taking time to talk to the people in the community and have them put their input and even sit at the tables with you.
Exactly. And the beauty about District 2, that we have so many different cultures, but we can sit at a table. Think of a dining room table. We all bring a potluck dinner, and we all enjoy that. Have good conversation, have good laughs, possibly sing if you can carry a tune. I can't carry a tune. But the fact is, when you bring that table together, that party doesn't last for 1 hour. It lasts all the way into the early hours sometimes, because it's good, honest conversation and fellowship. Because that's the thing about a community like District 2. We cannot sense our own boundaries anymore. We've got to make sure that we are all included. And I'm really excited about that. But I also want to encourage people to understand that there's a lot of issues right now happening in City Council that will affect us in the very near future. And one of them is the climate policies. And very few people really know about it. And we have some new climate initiatives that they're going to start. And unfortunately, it's been so secluded in the conversation. They've said they've had dialogue. They really haven't. There's 84 pages online at sanantonioclimate.org. And climateready.org. And understand that these policies think great, that we want to take care of our environment, we want to make sure the emissions are low and we have clean air. We understand that, and we're doing our best. But financially, we're concerned about our taxes right now. There's going to be a bill to this added to our lifestyle. We're going to have to help pay for all of these changes. How many out there are going to be able to go and get yearly emissions tests on their vehicles? And if they don't have their emissions tests passed, you can't drive.
And if you can't drive,
you can't get to work. You can't get to the doctor. There's a lot of things in this policy that they don't tell us a dollar amount. How much is it going to cost you, you, and me? Everybody's going to have to divvy up to make sure all these new transportation needs that the city wants to implement are going to go electric and less fossil fuel. It sounds good, but somebody has to pay for it. I don't know if you can afford an electric car.
No, I haven't even looked into it and thought about it. I haven't even thought about it. Plugging my car in, I can't. I can't.
Really, the fact is, how many places do you see around San Antonio can plug the car in when they go out? Which means we're going to have to pay for that.
Because we need to build those, those apparatuses and things.
The electrical stations. And the thing is, there are all these little factors that in 84 pages, they still won't give us a dollar amount.
Hear that, people? Demand the dollar amount.
It's going to come out of your budget.
You got to.
It's going to come out of your budget.
And see, I think that's one place where, and we're going to go to a break in a minute, but I think that's one place where people miss the bus, because it's like, you show me all this stuff, and yes, I want to be innovative, I want to be creative, I want my market to be just like the city, and I want to be a forerunner in this advancement and technology side and things of that nature, and that's great. But when you bring these programs, that's what the people are asking. Bring me the real deal and let me make an informed decision, because you've given me all the information.
Options. Give us options. Just give us options.
Give us options and information. Let me know.
You want to drive a car that's electric, you can't hear that it's actually running. But you want to have your car that it's been in your parking lot, you've been maintaining it, you've been keeping it in your family, and your child's going to end up taking that car to school maybe one day. God bless, they're going to actually go to school, and they need transportation. Why can't you hand off that vehicle to your child?
without making them jump loops to get through something else, and then that's just another hurdle that we don't need. We have enough hurdles that we're trying to cross and gaps to fill now.
How many people do you think today are actually riding one of those scooters? In this rain.
Not me. And on that scooter note, I tried to get on that thing, and Lord, I may have to put up some of that video from that because it was a hot mess.
So they're all parked along the streets right now, getting all wet. But I doubt if anybody's going to be out there driving one of those.
Yeah, very few, very brave.
Yeah, or the bicycles and getting splattered by all that mud.
Well, on that note, and you heard it here again. If you're just jumping in, I have the lovely Miss Denise Guiterrez Homer here in the studio. She is running for District 2 to sit on the city council seat, and so we're talking to her, hearing her voice, her passion, her heart, and we will be right back after this musical break. We are going to play You're a Champion. That's another one of the songs off of my album, Broken But Perfected for My Purpose. So I certainly hope that you enjoy this selection called Champion. And yes, there you had it. That was You're a Champion by yours truly, Jackyee. And if you're looking for that album, it's Broken But Perfected for My Purpose, and it is on Amazon, iTunes, all the little digital music outlets. And it's spelled Jackyee and then Carter, Carter. So I hope you enjoyed that. And again, we're in the studio with Miss Denise Guiterrez Homer, and we had some great conversation. I almost missed coming back in because we were just so involved in our conversation about the criticalness of the information to the people and breaking it down so that they can understand it without dehumanizing them and acting like, you know, that they would not be able to understand the issues that are going on. And so we were talking about our similar educational backgrounds because she was a teacher and I happened to be a teacher. Well, a couple of years ago I was teaching science at Irving. Woo woo, shout out to Irving. But so, and then we started talking about how the teaching and the education, how it was so important. And do you remember some of the points we were saying? Because we said so much.
When I was talking about displacement, one of the issues that we've been addressing with the city is the fact with neighborhood development services, we're talking about having to move some of the residents from their current homes. And my concern as a former teacher is the fact that when you have students in a safe environment at school, we need to work something out with that school district where these children can stay throughout the school year and not be forced to leave and move during this transition for their family, because that can affect them emotionally and scholastically. Because that's their community, that's their safe environment at school. And to uproot them in the middle of a school year, maybe it could be a couple of months into the school year or right before the end, it still needs continuity. And the fact that we can do something to prevent those children to feel that they're no longer a part of the conversation, they know that something's happening at home. They know that there's issues, but their school environment is their safe zone. So we need to make sure we address the children as well in this conversation.
That's true. And I was sharing with her my military, my family is military, and so I understood those pieces that she was talking about, the moving and having to readjust and restart life over again with a new set of friends and all that kind of things, and new sets of neighbors. And then it just led my mind to believe how important community is. And if you take that from a child, from a family, from a neighborhood, what are you really left with? Because it really takes a village. We've gotten away from that saying because everybody's like me and mine, but it really takes a village.
It does. And we also have to bring in mind, we have a lot of seniors in our district, and we have some available locations for the seniors to attend during the day, but we also have to remember that some seniors don't leave their home. This is where community comes in. We need to check in on our neighbors, check in on our family members. You might have moved out of District 2, but they remain. Go in and check on them. Go in and see if they're okay. This is where we also need to bring in the community as well as the city. If we have services out there and we can see that there's a house that hasn't been kept with their lawn work, and there seems to be some concerns there, let's find out if the family's still there. Make sure the senior is okay. Don't just put a sticker on their door and say they have a code compliance issue and they're going to get a fine. Find out what's happening there. Let's find out if there's some medical issues. Let's do something instead of hurting them and making them feel that they're no longer important. So we need to make sure that we have that. And with neighborhood associations, there's some that no longer are active. We need to include them again. And that's where I hope as a council person that I can get the community involved, and if they don't have one, we will create an opportunity with some sort of community outreach where we can have groups come together and address the council person, whoever that might be, because we need to have that relationship with every community in San Antonio, but specifically in District 2, we have issues because we are the largest district. We have a huge span from this part of the Windcrest area north all the way down close to I-10, all the way to the county line.